Hello, hello, hello. Oh man, I still sound like shit. How's everyone doing today? Hi. Oh, it's gonna be fun. Oh, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun day. How's everyone doing today? It's Tuesday. Oh. Okay, stop making loud noises. I can't make loud noises. Oh my god. So, hi, welcome back. I know there was no stream Saturday. I know. I was sick. I've been sick all weekend. I'm still kind of sick. Hooray for Buckley's. Buckley's is our friend. We like Buckley's. Sound filter. I don't think the filter will help. So how's everyone doing? It's been a while. When I don't stream, I don't miss streams often. I will say my schedule when it comes to live streaming, I think is pretty solid when it comes to how regular the streams are. And when I miss a stream, when I cancel a stream, it's for good reason usually. And it throws off my whole like internal schedule. It's yeah. By this day, one SSR Crydom, and I don't know if someone has already is the original. Crydom's a good brand for SSR, so you should be okay. You miss us? I did miss you guys. It literally is. This is gonna sound horrible, but I work from home, right? I'm a YouTuber. Okay, it is what it is. So I actually keep track of time by the streams. Like that's my reference is the next upcoming stream. Instead of weekends, I look at stream days and I look forward to them. I actually enjoy days that I stream. I look forward to the stream days. So when I don't do a stream on a day I normally do a stream, it throws me right off. Like it legit throws me right off in terms of like my internal clock and everything. So how's the patent expert backlash going? I don't know. Talk with Polymaker because they're getting their patent attorney involved because Bamboo tried to patent variable layer slicing. So, yeah, that's going on. I was wrong. For those that don't know what this is about, Bamboo put out a blog post saying how they want to, foster innovation or whatever and game on. So a bunch of people started looking through all 30 plus something of their patents. And in one of them, I found a bunch of pictures of Vorons. For reference, many companies, Physek, for example, but not the only one, have patented and trademarked Voron design IP in China. Because over there, it's kind of a, if I don't do it, somebody else will and they'll use it against me. So they mad rash patent everything. So I'm like, what the heck is this shit? Because every time I've seen it so far has been for nefarious purposes. It turns out they're using the images as a reference. I'm sorry, I'm not a patent lawyer. I missed the nuance of the wording of a patent. So I was corrected by people on Twitter. You know how Twitter is. So I deleted the post and put an update. But digging through other stuff, they're trying to patent variable layer slicing. They're trying to patent the little cutter. The cutter? Yeah, they're patenting that too. They patented 3D printer, whatever that is, including, it looks like curtain air cooling they're trying to patent, which 247 Printing, I think, is one of the first people that did that, or Vez 3D, or any of the other speed benching folks. I'm running the machines in offline mode now. I'm getting very not happy with the current trend towards cloud computing. And I got a feeling it's going to be death by 1,000 cuts over the next little while. Because everyone's going to want to get their patents on everything. And it's just going to make everything kind of shit. Because let's be honest. The open source Core XY machines, Voron, Annex, RatRig, vCore, VZBot, all those, they're more innovative than any of the stuff these companies are coming out with. But, we're open source. Logs are encrypted too. I don't know. I don't trust them. I've got a K1 on the way. I won't be connecting that to the network, and I'll be reviewing it as a standalone unit, not connecting it to the network. And same with Cheaty's machine I got on the way. So. The Maker Muse using glue stick on ISO to spread onto PI. Yeah, that's been a thing for a while. Weren't happy that I questioned the pattern artwork. It is what it is. There's no overlap in the audiences, so it doesn't really affect me if I question them and they get angry. Like, to be honest, my channel's been doing the best it's ever been since the beginning of this year, so I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing because it's working. Also, a little bit of housekeeping. A little bit of housekeeping in the past, because I wasn't here Saturday. This. I know some folks were interested in me putting this. This is the Chaotic Lab CNC tap tool head. Okay. Before we get to the RatRig here, I'm doing some stuff. And they were interested in me putting this on the machine. So Chaotic Lab reached out a while ago and they want me to put this on a machine. And I'm like, sure, whatever, send it. This will not be going on a machine. Several reasons. One, zoom right in. The spec for this is MGN9. They used MGN7. This thing wobbles like mad, okay? It is, for some people who think that the tap is wobbly, this thing is wobble like mad. Two, the actual way this mechanism works, it's basically, all the weight is on this probe, which is not good, okay? The way this is designed, like all the weight is on the probe. The probe is not rated to have constant weight on it. It actually bottoms out on the probe, not the magnet, or by design. And two, we think they may be violating GPL v3. They never reached out to the Voron team to talk about any of this. And it's just been, we got a whole list internally. The belt spacing isn't proper. TLDR, I don't trust this long-term in one of my machines, so I'm not gonna put it in one of my machines. If you go on the Voron Discord, I believe there's a pin in the tap channel about it. But basically there's a bunch of issues with the inherent design of this, and the fact that it's wobbly as all hell. I don't trust it in my machine, so I'm not gonna put it in my machine. So if you were wondering why that isn't gonna be taking place, I've sent them a reply, and I laid out the issues with it, and we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, those probes are not meant, they are not rated to be in constant contact. The fact that the entire weight of the tool head is sitting on the plastic, no good right off the bat. It violates the spec of that probe. So, I think that is that. Wubby 7. I think that was it. So they didn't really pay attention. No, they never contacted us at all. They actually used a bunch of stuff from the Voron manual lifted without our permission, and they call it Voron CNC tap without asking to use the Voron name at all. So they basically completely just came out with it on their own and tried to pass it off. Yeah. So TLDR, I don't support that thing in its current revision, and I won't be installing it in one of my machines. They used an older, no, they didn't use any version of the tap. And here's the thing, even if they did use any version of the tap, then they're violating the GPL v3 license because it's a derivative of that. They're claiming they came up with that design on their own, so they don't have to release the CAD for it. So, Crowley K1 Go Burr. I seen the video of the K1. Did you guys see the video of the K1? Let me pull up the video of the K1. So I have not the big one. I have the small one on the way. They might even send me the big one. Here's the K1. I'm thinking this is on a wobbly table because this thing's shaking like mad. But printer go burr. This is at a trade. This is on a wobbly table. If you look at their event they were having, this is on a generic table, so that's why it's wobbling so much. But Core XY is fast. It's gonna be fun how all these companies try to patent Core XY belt systems with NEMA 17s driven by 32-bit processors and try to all patent the same thing that we've been playing with for the past half decade. So anyways, as that one guy from Godzilla said, let them fight. I'm just gonna stick around with these fun machines that we can tinker with, and you know, if my X bearing on this machine dies, you know, you can't replace it. You have to send the whole machine back. So I like right to repair. I've been watching a lot of Louis Rossmann stuff lately. I'm kind of big into the right to repair thing right now. So, but either way, the machine still works fine. By the way, for the Bamboo folks, I'm still using it. I'm just using it in land only mode, and I'm not going to update the firmware anymore. But either way, today is day for RatOS. I've heard good things about RatOS. It has been, I won't say hyped up to me, but I've had many people tell me I should experience some good times with RatOS. What do you think about using RatRig for commercial printing? Go for it. I don't know. I don't do commercial printing, so I'm not the guy to talk about that. iFixit kit. Yeah, my totally knockoff iFixit kit that's missing half the bits. So today is day for RatOS. So I should probably pull up RatOS. Okay, so RatOS. How much is the K1? Well, here's the thing. Okay, also, over the weekend or yesterday, I was still sick, so I got to figure out how to make this work. So I recorded it like, how much did I record here? Oh my God, properties. I've got like 65 gigs of Prusa stuff for the Mark IV. And I really want to start bringing a term, and I'm totally stealing this from LaserPig. For those who don't know who LaserPig is, he's a pig with lasers. Hard factors and soft factors, okay? This is something that I picked up from one of his videos on tanks. We really need to start looking at the soft factors of 3D printers instead of the hard factors. Hard factors, how fast it prints, how big the print volume is, what its flow rate is. Those are hard factors. Those are just numbers. We need to start paying more attention to the soft factors, because that's the stuff that will bite you in the ass in the long run. How serviceable is the machine? How is ease of use? How is it getting files on it? Reliability, maintenance, you know, if the company that built the printer goes under, how is it going to be after that? We need to start paying more attention to the soft factors in printers instead of just bigger number, better printer, or in a lot of people's cases, how cheap the thing is, because everyone who does 3D printing is cheap AF apparently, because that's like all people comment about. So, yeah. So bigger number does not necessarily mean bigger printer, because let's be honest, the Mark IV has 4 in it. That's an X1. So that means the Prusa Mark IV is 4 times the printer, because bigger number, better printer. Okay, enough tangents, enough tangents, enough tangents. Hi, how's everyone doing today? We're gonna put RatOS on a printer. So, download. Okay, download. Documentation. Let's go to the documentation. Actually, let me pull up the actual VCore 3.1 manual. Just make sure I didn't miss anything. So we're not putting the panels on until we get this moving. Okay. So that is all that. So there's nothing there. Okay. Because I'm trying to follow the like official manual. So okay, I guess we just go to RatOS. $99 USD Ender Army. Hey, as much as I shit on V-Wheel bed flingers, and they deserve it, they are cheap and you can fiddle with them. So while I don't recommend them for people getting first into the hobby, if you know what you're doing, there's, you know, other than low quality components, there's nothing wrong, and you can do whatever with them. That's the wrong button. That's the right button. Jeff, $10, cheers. Okay, is RatOS a branch of Clipper? Yes, so, okay, RatOS is a pre-configured Raspberry Pi image that aims to make it as painless as possible to get Clipper, Moonraker, Mainsail, and Clipper screen up and running on your printer. Do I have a screen on this? This doesn't have a screen. Did it come with a screen? I don't think it came with a screen. Shit. Okay, I don't have a screen. I don't think it came with a screen. I don't remember seeing a screen. Nah, I've got 12864s. I'll put on it later. Andre, $5. Cheers. Thanks for all the entertainment and information from Portugal. Awesome. Yeah, I've got 12864 screens everywhere. I'll put one on. Okay. And it's developed by Mikkel Schmidt. Hey, he's in chat, I think. Hi, Mikkel. Is it Mikkel or Michael? I'm horrible with foreign. I'm horrible with pronouncing English names half the time. Is it Mikkel or Michael? Okay. Typical Clipper setup. There's Clipper itself. Stuff Marlon would do. Regico. Blah 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 blah. So what you need? I need a cough. Oh. Mikkel like nickel. Okay. The worst part is when you think you're getting over a cold, and then every now and then, like a little chunk of phlegm or something tickles your throat, and you just cough, and it hurts because you've been coughing and sneezing for the whole weekend, and everything's all sore. And then you decide to go live and talk for 3 hours straight. Whew, okay. So currently supported printers. Okay, there we go. So there is actually some support for Voron and besides the RatRig, so that's cool. And Prusas. Ooh. Okay, so getting started. Double T, $5. Cheers. Download RatOS. Download. Okay. Is recommended the 32-bit version. Okay, I don't know what size Pi this is, so I'll just go with the 32-bit version. I don't think it really matters. Wait, which one am I downloading? Blana Etcher to write that. Okay. Raspberry Pi 64. I'm looking for the image. Oh yeah, image. Okay, so 32. There we go. Drink lots of water. Where's the LTT? I'm drinking some gamer sups. The water bottle is right here though. Use the AI trained voice. I was kind of tempted to do that for a video. If my voice was like, the Prusa video will probably get pushed to next weekend. I was actually trying to get it out last weekend, but there's no way in heck with me being sick all weekend. So yeah. Kyle, $2. Hi, Double T. Oh, well, hi, Kyle. Nercube, refurbished Monoprice Select Mini was my first printer. My very first printer was a Monoprice Select Mini. That's what I started with. Okay, I need an SD card. I need to find an SD card. That is 128 megs. That ain't gonna work. I know I have some. Uh-oh. Let me go digging. I know I have some SD cards somewhere. I gotta buy more. I don't know how I go through so many SD cards. Like, don't ask me how, but I like buy them like 4 or 5 at a time, and then they all disappear. I end up using them for stuff, and I don't know what I end up using them for. So I end up stealing them from like other Raspberry Pis and whatnot. Does this Raspberry Pi have one? No. Nope, nope, nope. Nope. Do you have one? Nope. Okay. Let's see here. Over here. Nope, 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 nope. Do you? Oh. Nope, that one doesn't have one. You have one? Nope. Do you have one? Nope. Huh. Do you have one? Nope. Okay, I might have to actually go dig in here for an SD card. Aha! No, that's another 128 megabyte one. Oh, here we go, here we go. 4 gigs. Is that big enough? 4 gigs is enough. 4 gigs is enough. 4 gigs is enough. Okay, so I got to download Balana Etcher here. Or actually, no, you can use the Raspberry Pi imager, right? You can use the Raspberry Pi imager. In case you need to pay extra tax on duty on the thing I sent, Apollo $5. Cheers. I haven't received it yet, so. Okay, choose OS. So we're gonna use custom. My computer. Where's downloads? Downloads. RatOS. There we go. Choose that. There we go. Make sure all my Wi-Fi info is here. Enable SSH. Set pi. Configure wireless LAN. Canada. There we go. Okay, so let me just make sure I have all my Wi-Fi info. Raspberry Pi. I'm going to call you RatOS. RatOS. OS. OS. There you go. SSH. Enable. Username, password. Cool, 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 cool. Save. Right. Yes. Okay. Balana Etcher and 16 gigs. Oh, you have to use Balana Etcher? Okay. Let me keep digging. It's always good to have. I mean, I know where I can get, you know what, I'll just here. Let me download Balana Etcher. Balana Etcher. Okay. Download Etcher. Etcher for Windows. Download. Okay. Won't fit on 4, barely fits on 8. Okay. Okay. Yep. I agree. Okay. Who are we gonna sacrifice? You! Yeah. There we go. There we go. I'm pretty sure the Bonsai doesn't need, it's 32 gig high capacity 30 SanDisk Ultra SD card. So it's going to a better place. Okay, flash from file. So downloads, Raspberry Pi, select target, that, select one, flash. So now we let that do its thing. What is it you have? I have a BFT TFT feet. I got a TFT 50 screen on the on Tallboy. Am I going to review the K1? I do have one on the way. I told them what I usually do when a company wants to send me a printer. I basically say I will do an unboxing live stream, and I may do a review. So what I may do, because I also have a Cheaty coming in, I may line them all up and just do a comparison between the Bamboo, the Cheaty, and the K1. They're all NEMA 17 driven Core XYs on 32-bit processors with high flow hot ends, and they all have similar cooling. I really don't expect much of a difference. Bonsai always gets name it to Kenny. No, Kenny is the switch wire. I got a voicemail. Who called me? K1 is dual core processor. That's just whatever. It's running Clipper. K1's running Clipper, and so is the Cheaty. Clone of a clone of a clone. They're not clones. How could they be clones? And by that logic, the Bamboo's a clone. They're NEMA 17 driven belted Core XYs. Then that's a clone of that. 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 That's a clone of this. They're NEMA 17 driven Core XYs. Bobot got a brick. Apparently it was a loose pin. The Clone Wars. Exactly. Do what to print faster. The thing is, you can't even print that fast with a lot of materials. Go look at CNC Kitchen's video. Once you start printing at those speeds, you lose finish quality. You get matte finishes versus shiny finishes, which if you're after matte, who cares? But you want a consistent finish on a print, you need to keep a consistent speed. And you lose part adhesion. Layer adhesion takes a huge hit. When I printed all the parts for that V0 on the Bamboo, I printed everything at 50% speed because the first batch of parts that I did at 100% speed were weak and they broke. So I had to print everything at 50% speed. Bamboo software polish gives it the edge. Are you sure about that? What polish? I don't like their firmware. I really don't like their firmware because it's so limiting from somebody who comes from a background of, you know, Clipper, Marlin, rep firmware. The fact that I can't move the bed more than 10mm increments at a time is super annoying, and I have to sit there and mash the button. And their slicer is a skin version of Prusa Slicer that somebody made an open source version of it that's even better. Reach out for the K1. Yeah, I got a K1 on the way. K1, and I got a Cheaty. I got the smallest Cheaty. I got the iXFast 3. So Orca Slicer is pretty much the same. So Bamboo Slicer is they took Prusa Slicer, took out a bunch of functionality, and then put a neat skin on it, which I will admit the interface itself is really nice. And then Orca Slicer took what Bamboo took out, put it back in, and then put more stuff in it, kept the good interface, and it works with all the printers. So that's the advantage of open source. By polishing, I mean I am officially going forward not going to use any cloud features on any printer going forward. If a printer shows up and you have to use cloud services to use the printer is going back in the box. I'm officially not trusting cloud services on 3D printers. One, I don't trust their security, and I'm really not looking forward to the day that one of these services gets hacked, because one will, and everyone's print logs and video files are on the internet. I'm not looking forward to that future, so I'm going to do what I can to avoid that happening, at least with me. Is Orca the meta now? Yeah, Orca Slicer, a lot of people are, and we're still waiting on that, that's why I'm rambling. A lot of people seem to be really liking Orca Slicer. I'm gonna start trying it soon, so. Because I know Joel's using it on his V2 and he's really liking it, so. Yeah, what I really don't get, so I'm on Twitter. Twitter is a hive of scum and villainy, and it's hell. It's horrible. But there's a lot of good people on Twitter that I follow and communicate with, and I block the ones that annoy me. So it gets better every day. There is a ton of people, Americans in the 2A group, that 3D print the pew-pews, and I'm all for them. You do you. I'm not American, so I can't do that. I enjoy the pew-pew hobby within, you know, safe, and I follow the laws and whatever. But you do you. So many of them are printing on Bamboos. Why would you risk that? Why? 2A, Second Amendment. Second Amendment. Like there was a bust where somebody was printing pew-pew things for not personal use, and they found they were printing them on a Bamboo. So all, you know, the government has to do is knock on Bamboo door. Hey, America, we have a warrant. Give us all the data files that for this user. And then, oh, hey, this person printed all of this stuff. Here's the G code and here's all the files. Here's the video of it printing. I don't trust that one bit. I don't trust that one bit. Yeah, you can. So for those that don't know, in the United States, you are allowed to manufacture firearms for personal use. You're not allowed to sell them, but for personal use, you are, as long as it doesn't fall under like the assault weapon ban, like you can't make machine guns or short barrel shotguns and shit like that. But that's why you see people buy like 80% completed AR lowers and then machine them themselves to finish them. That's what a ghost gun is. But a lot of firearms, the part that has the serial number that is the gun is actually a part that may not need to handle a lot of stress. So like on a Glock, it's the plastic frame. On an AR-15, it's the lower receiver. The explosion takes place in the upper receiver. So you can 3D print an AR-15 lower, buy everything else for the firearm online, and not have to register a firearm or have one, you know, tied to your name somehow. But in the United States, that's perfectly legal. So you do you, whatever. In a lot of countries, that's not legal. So, in defense of Bamboo, the police have already arrested somebody for it, and that means they probably cause to search and would check the printer's SD card where the videos are. True, but they could also go to Bamboo with a warrant and say, hey, we believe this is taking place. Give us all your log files. Okay, so flash complete. Okay, so we've done this. So Wi-Fi, download the newest image, then use Balon Asher to write that image to the SD card that goes in your Raspberry Pi. No, this will destroy all data. Okay. When the RatOS image has been written to the SD card, insert the SD card into the Raspberry Pi. After a few minutes, the Raspberry Pi will host a hotspot called RatOS. Join this hotspot on your local phone with Wi-Fi. The password is Raspberry. When connected, open that or that and follow the steps presented there. Oh! Oh, that's new. I'm never printing more butt plugs. Okay. Do I need to educate people on what kind of things you should not print on a 3D printer? Because there's actually, I know stuff about that because I've talked to people who do that stuff, and there's a whole bunch of reasons you don't print certain things. Like, I'll use cookie cutters as an example. A cookie cutter, when you print stuff, it's full of layers and nooks and crannies where bacteria can grow. So when you make a cookie cutter, it's hard to clean it. So for other things that you would want to make sure are really clean after, you don't want to use a 3D printer for. Now I got to try and put this SD card in at a horrible angle. Jeez. Nope, that's up. Nope, that's... Are you in the hole? There we go. Found the hole. Okay. So let me just make sure I got everything hooked up. Okay. So this is going to be loud because the part fan is going to kick in. You know how I complain about Bamboo loudness? Prepare yourself. Okay. So we got ourselves a, what is it, a 4028 Blowimatron. Turn that off, plug you in. So this, apparently, I'm gonna get my laptop out here so I can, oh my God, I can do something here that I haven't been able to do before, that I'm able to do now to my new setup. Okay, let's do this. Laptop on. Battery's dead. It's my charger. It's my charger. This is cool. I haven't done this yet, so I'm hoping this works. Okay. Where are you? Where are you? Are you that? Okay. Are you ready? Okay. Watch. Watch this. Watch. Watch. Well, I'm hoping this works. I'm hoping this works. This should work. I don't see why this wouldn't work. Okay. So if I plug this in here, and I do that. 1 second here. Display settings. I got a second display. It's not working. Dang it. Oh wait, no. Maybe it would help if I plug the right thing in. Yeah. Huzzah! Oh, oh, oh. 1 second. Mirror. Apply. Oh, haha! 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 The future is now. Okay, I'm turning the fan. I'm turning the printer on. Actually, no. I'm gonna unplug the fan. F that. I'm unplugging the fan. I think it's this one because we're pulling power from that. Yeah. So I'm unplugging. Shoot, which one did I unplug? Okay, I'm unplugging the fan because that's too loud. Okay. There we go. So that is turning on now. So yeah, so now you can see my laptop, which is running Linux. Look, I'm one of those Linux people. So now I need to wait for RatOS to show up in my network. Actually, I probably shouldn't show my home networks. No, it's Linux Mint. I figured this laptop's like a 6th gen i5, so it's a dual core. So it's a little bit snappier on Linux. Monthly comp. I need to get that set up. I was gonna set it up this weekend, but I was sick. I'll try and do it tonight. Basically, it's gonna be funny print. I need the 2 categories. I need the categories are gonna be funny, so it's gonna be meme prints. And I need 2 categories for that. So if anyone has any ideas for the 2 categories involving meme prints for this contest, let me know. Okay, I'm still waiting for RatOS to show up. More. I see Daisy Puppy. Oh, RatOS. Okay. Okay, and the password is raspberry. Okay. And then I need to connect to what is it? RatOS.local. local/configure. Okay, this is pretty cool. Not gonna lie, this is actually pretty cool compared to like the normal way we do it with Clipper. here? Okay. So I got to connect to my network at home. So let me hide that. So, okay. So, and follow the steps presented there to set up Wi-Fi name and printer. Okay. So you can't see me type this in. Okay. Please reconnect. Okay, so it should now show up in my home network. So let me pull up my computer here. It's the same password I have on my luggage. Where are you? RatOS. RatOS. Oh! Huzzah! Okay, add you to the list as error. Okay, so now we have that. Okay, cool. So preparing your controller board. Okay, it is heavily recommended that you flash your board and make sure it is dedicated in the configuration before you plug in your stepper drivers and start connecting your wiring. Oopsies. Okay. So after completing the Wi-Fi setup window, then open this. Okay, so we'll open that. Okay. Ooh. Okay, we have a whole, wow. So we have a octopus. It's an octopus. Which version of the octopus do I have here? 446. Octopus, so that's the V1.1, right? Oh, no, 446. Is it Octopus Pro? No, just Octopus. It's Octopus. It's just, I think it's just the V1.1. Yeah. Is it the, it doesn't say Pro. Are you sure it's Pro? Where did I put the box with all the stuff? Yeah, it's a V1.1, yeah. Okay. So we got that. Next. How do you want to flash? Flash manually via SD card, I guess. Okay. Disconnect all wires except power and USB. Make sure your jumpers are set correctly. Format the SD card to your board FAT60. Okay, what's going on here? Okay, where is my 128 gig SD card I use for these? Okay. Compile firmware. Compiling. Let me put my little SD card in here that I use for flashing these. Uh-oh. Download firmware, okay. So firmware.bin, show in folder. Okay, and then movable SD. We put this in here. Just call it firmware.bin. Okay. And then take this out. And then I plug it into my SD card reader on the Octopus. Okay. And then where is the reset button? Where's the reset button? Is that the reset button? I think that's the reset button. Oop. Oop. Okay, the flashing light that used to flash all the time is no longer flashing. Proceed to next step. Oh, Octopus V1.1 detected. Okay, let me take the SD card out. I'll take it out later. Okay. Is detected. Wait, proceed to next step. Okay, so Octopus is detected. Proceed to next step or flash again. I've already flashed. I did. What's going on here? I did flash it. It's flashed. Big switch at the bottom. I don't see a big switch at the bottom. With the, yeah, we got that. Okay. Next. Detecting, check inversion. Next. Okay. Tool board. Pick your tool board. If you don't use a tool board. Okay, so this tool headboard, we're not using one. Skip. Okay. Configure your printer in Mainsail. Now that the control board is configured, you connect to your printer via Mainsail and start configuring and calibrating open Mainsail. Okay. Okay. I'm digging the green. I like the color palette chosen. It goes very well with the room. It's very feng shui. Okay. So this is a vCore 3. So I'm assuming install vCore 3 config. Okay. Are we done? That's it? How does it know bed size? Oh, how does it know bed size? How does it know bed size? How does it know what bed size I'm using? That's a good question. Machine. Printer.cfg. Oh my God, it's all references. Okay, so I know why the config's like this. I personally don't like doing printer.cfgs like this in this style, but this is how it works for this. So how does it know what bed size? It will figure it out. Wait, whoa. It will figure it out. It will figure it out. How will it figure it out? Okay, I gotta plug this fan back in. I can't remember what header this fan is plugged into. I think it's, shit. I really should have checked which header this fan was plugged into first. It's the 12-volt one, yeah. So it's this one. Okay, how do I tell the fan to turn off? How do I tell the fan to turn off? Okay, let me unplug the fan again. If I can get it unplugged. Okay. Okay, let's go back to the instructions. Okay, preparing your control board. Mainsail. Okay, cool. Mainsail is control interface. That updating. Okay, go to the machine tab in Mainsail. Okay, so go to the machine tab. And okay, you'll see the update manager. Familiar, you'll notice the RatOS. This RatOS will update all the config files and config. Make sure to keep this up to date. Okay. So I'm just going to check for updates. Because I'm assuming there's still config stuff we actually have to set up. Go ahead, update all components. Okay. Update. Updating clipper. This should be the latest. Okay. What's up, Sean? Okay, I can get rid of my laptop here. It'll automatically flash the MCU now. Nice. Watch the output. Flashing connected MCUs. Ooh. So I don't have to do the SD card thing anymore. Nice. I will say that initial setup with the fact that you could connect to the printer outputs a Wi-Fi that you could connect to and then input your Wi-Fi information. Wow, beautiful. Love that. That part right there alone is I likey. I likey. I likey a lot. Okay, should I upgrade the system packages? I might as well. Update system packages. You can do that with the Raspberry Pi Imager? Really? The whole printer config is going to happen through the configurator in 2.1. Nice. I'm a huge fan of just simplifying stuff as much as possible and just making, because here's the thing, I don't want to sound rude, but a lot of people that make these sort of things are coming at it from somebody who has made these things. And we had that problem with Voron in the past, where like, it was kind of like, oh, this printer is, you know, for people who know how to build a printer. But at some point you have to go, no, there's a lot of people who don't know anything that you need to educate. And just making everything as simple and as easy as possible just makes it so much easier. Just so much easier. Lowers the barrier to entry. It's like Kiao. I played with Kiao for the first time a couple months ago. And the default instructions were very bare bones. And I went at it like a caveman. And I'm like, what the heck? It's not working. And everyone's like, oh, you got to do this. I'm like, yes. But little Timmy, who's like, oh, I should try Cripper, try Kiao, isn't going to know that. And now their instructions are better and it's good. It's easier. Package update finished. Okay, so there we go. That's all good there. Awesome. Okay, so machine tab and that. Okay, that. Go ahead and update all the packages, update all components. When you update Clipper, RatOS will, if that fails, go back to and flashboard if necessary. Okay, so setup. With the board, flash, and everything wired, you can now proceed to the configuration guide. Okay. Introduction. Once you have completed the initial, open RatOS local in your browser. Okay, we have that there. And you're almost ready to print. There's just a few. Okay, so initial on the Mainsail. Okay, installation. Okay, so I've already clicked install vCore Pro. Okay. Okay, now navigate to the machine page in Mainsail. Right click, choose edit. Okay, so the machine page. And there's a list of files. Among them is printer.cg. Right click and choose edit. Okay. Okay. This is where your Clipper configuration, as you can see, it's populated with all you will need to get your printer up and running. Follow these instructions in the file to make sure the configuration matches your machine. Okay. So the first thing you'll need to do is go through this file and comment out, uncomment the files and or settings you will need. You'll be able to print just fine with this config as it is, but it's recommended that you follow these steps to properly calibrate your printer. Sanity check PID tuning, pressure advance, skew correction, resonance compensation. Cool. Okay, so pick your control board. So we have that. That one's correct. Okay, basic setup. So RatRig vCore 3 config, homing, macros, shell macros. Okay, that all looks okay. Include RatOS steppers.cfg. So these are uncooled GMC 2209s with the LDO motor. So I'm assuming this is what we're running. And these are our motors. So that's okay. We're not running cooled motors. So right now it's uncooled. I'll run it uncooled. And if I need, you know, to put a fan on it, I will. apparently it's pretty easy to change this. Okay, stealth mode. This negates stealth mode. So we're not going to be playing with stealth mode. I don't think there's a point. Okay, physical dimensions. Oh, here we go. Okay, so we have a 200. So where is my, there we go. And boom. So we got VCore 3, 200. Okay, homing, pick your probe and end stops. So we have a capacitive probe. Yes, we do. Okay. Okay. So that's the default. Clicky probe, nope. Physical end stop on X, yes. And Y, yes. Okay. Sensorless homing. We're not playing with sensorless homing. We have clicky switches. They go click. Hopefully they work. I haven't checked them yet. Input shaper. Okay. I'm not going to play with input shaper because I got my little doohickey tab thing. We'll play with that later. Okay. So we have the LGX light. We do not. We have an orbiter, I believe. Yeah, we have an orbiter. So, and we have an orbiter with the, I don't know what motor, 1004 AH, which is this one. Okay, so we got that. The hot end, we have a Rapido, so we're good there. Fans, okay, here we go. Okay, so include RatOS 4-pin part cooling fan. Which one is what? I don't know which fan is which. Turn stealth on. You cannot use those as the octopus has no dedicated. Okay. So what, if you're, okay, fans, if your board has 4-pin fan, then you can use them here. No, okay, so if there's a guide on the docs to configure the 4028. Okay, so what about the regular part cooling fan? Oh wait, that's just a 2-pin fan. That's just a 2-pin. Read the description above. If none are uncommented, the default 2-pin headers will be used. Oh, okay, so I can ignore that. Okay. Those are not using 4-pin. Okay, macro configuration. Okay. So G-code mode, RatOS, variable extrusion falls, preheat. I'm sure this will be okay. Sure, okay. Printer configuration. Okay, customize the defaults of your specific printer. So I'm assuming these can all be left alone. We're not playing with inductive probes that offset. Cool. We'll fix that later. We'll adjust our offset. Extruder nozzle diameter. We got a 0.6 on here because, you know, it's a 200 millimeter cube printer. Of course, we're running a ultra high flow 0.6. YOLO. Okay. Heater bed. Okay. Okay. Tool board. Okay. We don't have a tool board, so we're ignoring that. Okay, cool. Save and restart. Okay. Okay. What earphones? There's some IEMs that I bought and I don't know exactly which ones they are. Okay, I'm gonna plug the fan back in. Hopefully it doesn't go to Mach 50. The fan goes to Mach 50. Okay, so there's some 4028 stuff I gotta hook that up. So let me. Okay, so verify stepper directions. So I'm gonna skip the fan for now because I'm following the guide. We'll come back to the fan later because there's a guide for the 4028s apparently. So follow the instructions. Okay, so use only supported steppers. Do not use RatOS with other supported steppers. If you're using different steppers, please make sure, check the radio configure. Okay, so let's turn this around. Okay, so make sure all your steppers are running the correct. To do this, center all your axes by moving the carriage and bed manually, then set center kinematic position in the console. Okay, so move you to the middle-ish, and look at me, I'm a human CNC machine. Okay, I'm not gonna go all the way to the center. That's close enough. Okay, cool. So, set center kinematic position in the console. So, copy. Console, okay, cool. Okay, warning, only use set for debugging purposes. You're overriding the internal positioning state of the printer. Proceed with caution and do a proper G28 when done. Okay, I've never heard of this command before. Is this command specific to this version? Because I've never heard this command before. And if this works with all versions of Clipper, I'm going to start using this instead of the stepper buzz. Because stepper buzz works really good on like a Cartesian system, but with Core XY, it's kind of a pain. So, okay. So now I should be able to check that your bed moves down when Z is increased. Okay. So, move 10 millimeters. Okay, bed go down. Bed go up. Tool head move to the left. Tool head move to the right. Tool head move to the front. Tool head move to the back. Home. Wait, no, don't home. I didn't set the end stops to make sure they clicked. Un momento. Okay. So, I'm like, wait a minute, as soon as I hit that button, I'm like, wait, shit. Okay. Okay, so let me... Actually, that should be... Okay. Okay, so you go there, and okay, so that one's good. Okay, so we're good there. I might be able to like eke out an extra XY. Let me make sure the end stops are registering correctly before we go any further. Machine, end stops. Okay, so right now they're open. Triggered for Y. Wait. That's the X end stop. That's the X end stop, and that's why I got my X and Y end stops mixed up. Is there a section? Okay, I'm just being... Is there a section in here about verifying your XY end stops? Verify end stops are after stepper direction. Okay, so I got ahead of myself. Okay, fair enough. I got ahead of myself. My bad. Okay, so there is a section there. So I just hit home before I was supposed to. Okay, you can swap end stops without powering the machine off, right? I don't think you got to power machine off to swap end stops. I don't think that's an issue, right? Right? I don't think that's an issue. Or I get to swap it. No, because I don't know where it is. Yeah, it should be fine. Yeah. Oh. Oh. I accidentally plugged the fan header in. I'm like, the fan boots up, and I'm like, what the hell? There we go. Okay. Okay. So now, RatOS, over there. Okay, so nothing triggered. So X end stop. Okay, good. Y end stop. Triggered. Good, 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 good. Bed probe. Ooh, there we go. Okay, cool. Now, what is the sense distance on these probes? The pin does kind of a short sense distance, right? Yeah, I gotta drop this Pinda a bit. Pinda's got really short sense distance, if I remember correctly. That's not the right one. Yeah, it's 2 though. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop it down to actually below the nozzle, tram the bed out, and then I'll adjust it from there. Yeah, so we'll okay. Let me manually tram my bed out. Okay, so that should be below that. Okay, so everything is now probing. So I should be able to do a home now. So let me go back to the manual. Let me go back to the manual, make sure I'm following the manual. Okay, verify end stops. Okay. Navigate to the machine tab, and here you can see your end stop states. Okay, so we verified that. That's working now. We're good there. Okay. To test debug, okay, we don't have BL touch. Set offset. An easy way to do Z probe offset is to home the printer, then put a piece of paper, now baby step Z through Mainsail interface by using that until the nozzle touches the paper and there's a bit of resistance. You have to, the bed has to be trammed for that to work though. Because if your bed's on an angle, there might be enough distance that it won't be correct between the probes. So you got to tram the bed out first. So home all. Home all. Hands over the E-stop, by the way. Woo. Okay, we're good. Okay. Z tilt. It really doesn't probe close to the corners, does it, eh? Okay, here comes the magic. Yeah, it really doesn't probe close to those corners, eh? Is there... I've always thought it would be more accurate to probe closer to the corners, but I guess you can only go so close with the offset of the tool head and everything, right? Can you use RatOS instead of Clipper? RatOS is Clipper. It's just like another layer on top of it to like simplify everything and tweak the interface and whatnot. So this is Clipper. This is Clipper. RatOS changes more on the interface layer than it does on the Clipper layer. In fact, I don't think it changes anything on the Clipper layer. It's the interface that's different. So what are we at anyways for... So we're trying to get 0.02 millimeters, and that last one there was 0.07 millimeters, which pretty dang good. Clipper is fully open source. Raymond, Clipper is fully open source. Which this is what I'm really not looking forward to. One second here. We're going on a tangent. We're going on a tangent. Creality K1. is it? Where is it? Where is it? No, where is it? Speedy Creality OS. What is Creality OS? That's one of the reasons I want to get my hands on that machine, because I know people that can find that out. Sonic Pad. It better be open source. Otherwise, in the bin. Okay. Detour over. Okay. So, Creality OS is a fork of Clipper without published source. Yep. So in that place, the machine automatically gets a negative, but at least I'll have the machine to tinker around and see if we can figure it out. An easy way to probe Z offset calibrate. Okay, so we need to figure this out. So right now my Z offset is not correct. Okay, so let me go. Oh, let me do something that you can do on this machine. G1, X100, Y100, Y100, F6000. Center of the bed. Go. Oh, look at that. That's awesome. I love being able to do that on a printer. Okay. Down. Okay, cool. So now, okay, cool. So we are at 0. Well, actually, we're below 0. Okay. So now I need to bring this probe up, because right now the probe's touching the bed. We don't want that. So I need to bring this probe up so it's higher above the bed than the nozzle is. Okay. And home Z. Okay, we're good. Okay. Now we do probe calibrate until we get our good Z offset. Okay. And now, which way do I gotta go? Oh, it moved over. Oh, that's cool. It actually moves over to the spot where the probe was, where it was probing. So you don't have to worry about the offset. Smart. Smart. I actually like that. That's cool. Okay. So now we need to go. And I need to get my handy dandy paper. Hey, Marcel. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, we bump that up a bit. That is good. That is good. Accept. Okay, set offset 1.4, save config. Okay, so that is that. Okay, go back to the instructions. Okay, so we've done all that. Tuning. Start, print, end print macros. Okay, have your slicer previewed to use the start, print, end print macros. Okay. Use an accelerometer. We're going to skip that. Okay, so now, Mikkel, do you have I got to find that RatOS 4028 fan? Connecting a 4028 fan. Okay, here you go. Okay, please do this carefully. You will fry your fan if you don't supply the correct voltage. That's bad. so let me just quickly rehome this, get it out of the way just to make sure. Hold on. Some of the sidebar under guides. Okay, so we got it right here. PWM. Okay, on Delta fans, the blue wire is PWM. On Sandios, it's the brown wire. I don't know what fan we have, but I hooked it up the way you guys told me to, so hopefully we're good. So we've done this. So we got the PWM going, so that's blue down to there, and that is right there. Okay, so I've got it up wired like this. So printer fan equals fan part cooling pin. Furthermore, the fans usually want a tachometer. The fourth pin is, okay, so we don't have, okay, so which, okay, my fan doesn't shut down. Ooh, okay. So let me pull up machine printer.cfg. Go to the fans. If none are on, where is the default 2-pin fan headers? So where's the default fan behavior default at? Because if you don't comment any of these, then the default. So where are the default ones located at? Because the hot end fan works. The hot end fan is working, I'm pretty sure. Let me double check here. So if I tell this to heat up to like, I don't know, 50. It heats up. Okay, so the hot end fan's working. Woo! That heats up like a mofo. Okay, so the hot end fan's working. So we're good there. Okay. Another guide, read the included and override post. Okay. So what am I doing? Okay, so what do I have to do here? So what do I have to? Everything you do should happen in the user override section. Okay, so user overrides. Where's that at? Printer configuration, toolboard, user overrides. Okay, add anything custom you want to add or RatOS configuration you want to override, do it here. Save config, do not edit this block below. Okay, so I would put it in here. Okay, so I need to put this. Yeah, let me read this. Okay, the Sandios blue. If you're unsure, okay, 1 second. If you go this route, okay, so we wired it up like this, PWM. The Delta fans on boards with buttons, the octopus, the voltage doesn't matter. The selector only changes. Okay, so we don't use the positive pin, we use the negative, which is MOSFET grounded. So I put this in, the wiring should look like this on the octopus board. Furthermore, these fans usually want a 24 kilohertz or PWM signal, although some will work better at 100. Try both and test different fans. Okay, so the 25, okay, so I take this. I don't have a tack. So I take this and I put this here. And that's it. I think that's it, right? Waiting on the thumbs up. Yep, okay, save and restart. Let me plug the fan in now, and hopefully we don't get brrr. The problem is I made my wiring all nice and neat, so it's a pain to plug this in every time. Okay, so the fan's not on. Either that means it's working or I killed it, but I don't smell smoke. So that means now, if I go to dashboard and turn on fan, oh my God, I can feel it. I can feel it from here. So is there a way that I can attach a speaker and anytime that fan powers up, I can have the clip from Batman going turbines to speed? Holy shit, that's got power. Whew. Okay, So the fans are working, the probe is working, it homes. I just need to PID tune it and we're ready to race, right? That the Delta fan? It's the bigger number fan they sent me. Is that CPAP? No, but it's loud. Okay, belt tension, I can fiddle with that later. Let's, what time is it? Okay, we've got an hour and a half. I can print something. Did I do Z offset? I did do Z offset. So let me go back to this. So I've done Z offset, tuning. Okay, slicer config. Is there a default slicer config anywhere I should download? Is there a default slicer config I should download from anywhere? Preferably a Prusa slicer one. Orca slicer. Ooh, you know what? We're gonna use Orca slicer. I haven't used Orca slicer yet. Let's do Orca slicer. Orca slicer. Prusa slicer has rat. Unknown pitch name probe. You probably have something configured incorrectly. Okay, let's do Orca slicer. I haven't played with Orca slicer yet. Let's do Orca slicer. Okay, how to install? Unzip the binaries. Okay, you can't just. Okay. I need to install runtime. What? I'm gonna execute. You have trouble. Okay, so where is the download? Download. Where is downloads? Releases. Orca slicer. There we go. Okay. Extract all. Yeah, I haven't played with Orca slicer yet, so we're gonna give Orca slicer a try here. I need to feed this thing some filament too at some point. But I've heard good things about Orca slicer, so I figure, you know what? We'll give it a shot. We'll give it a spin. Let me shove a tube in here without dog hair. And I'm gonna have to feed this some filament. Extruder E steps. We told it what extruder it is, so we should be okay. I am gonna heat it up though, and I am gonna heat it up though, and make sure it is feeding in the right direction though. What color filament are we gonna use? What color filament are we gonna use? What color filament are we gonna use? What color filament? Sparkly printer rat. Is there like a RatRig rat I should print? Green? Green. Okay, we'll do green. We'll do green. Do I have green? I have some silk green. Yeah, hey, there we go. Oh no, that's TPU. That's ABS. Do I have? Oh, I do have green. Okay, I do have. Oh, here we go. Perfect. Ah, Jesse PLA green slime glitter. Okay, so this will work. Oh, actually, let's snip it. There's a wrap cube file for the New York cube. Okay, I'll take a look. Ba-ba-ba-da. Oh, this is gonna be annoying. Okay, so let me heat this up. Move, Z. I always get it mixed. I'm so used to the V2, where if I push up, the tool head moves up and not the bed moves down, that every time I go to a standard like Core XY machine where the bed moves, I always do it backwards. Okay, so extruder, let's heat you up to 200 or 210. It's brought. Yeah, we're gonna make sure the extruder is working right now. Steve's here. Hi, Steve. Okay, Orca slicer. More info. Run anyways. YOLO. Okay, so welcome to Orca Slicer. Get started. I am in North America. Next, select printer. This is a RatRig VCore 3 200. Okay. We're gonna have to change the nozzle size though. Okay, next. So we're gonna add all the filaments. Bamboo network plugin. No. Finish. Okay. Prepare. Okay, so I need to tell this machine it has a 0.6. How do I tell it? Advanced. Okay. Basic information. Extruder. So nozzle diameter 0.6. Okay. Layer heights max 0.442, just in case. Okay. So there we go. Okay. Save. 0.6. Okay. 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 So that is that. Okay, so let's make sure this extruder moves. So let's wait, wrong printer profile. What did I put? Bamboo Lab. Oh. User presets. Oh shoot. Oh, I added all of them. I added the bamboos too. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, so advanced. Okay, what's it here? RatRig VCore 3. There we go. Okay. Max. 4 or 5 just in case. Okay. Save. So this is a RatRig VCore 3 200 0.6. There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay, cool. Cool. Okay. So, extruder, we're going to tell you to extrude. Where is the extruder setting? Oh, okay, here it is. 50 millimeters at 5 millimeters a second. Extrude. I think it's going the wrong way. Either that or it's not biting the filament. One second here. Get a little clip out. Unless it didn't bite that to begin with. One second. Okay, one second. Okay, so filament does come out. Okay, so extrude 10 millimeters at 5 millimeters a second. Extrude. Okay, we're going the wrong way. So machine. Printer.cfg. How do I change the motor direction? Extruders. Control pin. Where is all? Where would, if I need to change the motor direction? I already set 0.6. Yeah, but where's the pin for that? Oh, here we go. Stepper X. Okay, there we go. Stepper E. Where's stepper E? X, Y, Z, Z, Z. Probe, extruder, direction. Oh, here we go. There it is. There we go. Save and restart. Jesus Christ. You know when you turn your machine on. Okay, let's heat you back up. Slow down and read. I am slowing down and reading. The problem is, okay, it's always going to seem awkward because there's a delay. there's like, what you're seeing me on the screen is 8 seconds in the future for you. Like there's always like a delay between what I'm saying and what's actually happening. So, okay. So 210, okay, cool. Let's extrude 25 millimeters. There we go. Bueno, okay, cool. So let's turn you off. So we're extruding in the right direction. Okay. You can stop the fan running at boot. Yeah, there's, okay, my fan runs until Clipper boots. Okay, so do not do this if you have a tachometer. Okay, I don't, okay. So output pin power. Oh, I just add enable pin PA9, okay. Oh, so I just added an enable pin. Okay, easy peasy. So machine, printer.cfg, go down here, enable pin PA09, save and restart. You need some wiring too? Okay, well, I normally leave my printers on all the time, so I'll figure it out later. Okay. I have to rewire. Okay, I'll just ignore it then. I normally leave my... That is so loud. So what do I have to rewire? The safety feature, it's a bit annoying for 3D printers to use, but there's a way around that. You can use a negative terminal or a spare heater port to only power the fan when the board is booted by connecting the black ground wire to the negative terminal on the heater port. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay, okay. So let me delete that for now, and I'll do that later. I normally leave my printers on all the time, so. Skim through documentation. I know. That's how I work. Okay. Oh, there we go. Cool. So I think we're ready to print something now. I think we're ready to print something because it should have the machine G code should be good. Okay, so there's start print, end print. So that should be good. You got your nozzle print there. Standard RatRig, generic PLA. So I think we should be okay to go. Equals crazy electric bill. How? The motors go to standby after a while, so they power off after a while. The only thing you're paying to keep online is the Raspberry Pi and a controller board. Adjust the line width. Oh, and the slicer, yeah. Yeah, because yeah. 0.6. There we go. Layer height, we'll do 0.3. First layer height, 0.3. And we are going to save this as 0.3. Or actually, no. 0.3, RatRig, 0.6 nozzle. Okay. PLA. Okay. Okay, so there we go. Oh no, because the cooling settings are all in the filament profile. That's right. Okay, so 3 walls, blah blah blah. Okay, so I need to print something. Do I prefer a 0.6? Normally my go-to is if a machine's over 300 millimeters print volume, I like a 0.6 nozzle. This is a 200 millimeter with an ultra high flow. So of course we're putting a 0.6 because YOLO. So Where is this RatOS demo print? RatOS demo print thingy. Would I select the Voron? I've never tried. This is the very first time I'm trying RatOS. So I wouldn't know how to set it up in a Voron. So just a heads up, at 120, you don't need much more than 40% on the fan. Okay. What do you think of the Physec Voron kit? The only Physec kit I've built is the Trident. All the fans died. Other than that, the kit's mechanically fine. 40% fan with PLA. What? How much is the fan default? Cooling, 100%. Okay, we'll do 40%. 40% fan. Okay, a little bit more on overhangs. Fan speed for overhangs. We'll do 50% on overhangs. Okay, save. Not crazy loud. Okay, cool. So then what's 100% fan speed for? So there's your speeds. Okay. Okay, so there's a RatRig demo print that I need to print. If somebody can link me it on the Discord or something. So I can print it. 100% is for speed benchies. Well, what we'll do, we have an hour and 20 minutes. So I'll do a demo print and then we'll do a dumb speed benchy. I'll load some ABS in here. I think that's an Orca slicer. Is it an Orca slicer? How do you pull up a add? Where would it be an Orca slicer? Because I've never used Orca slicer before. So how would you add like, where would the demo print be? Add primitive, 3D bench, Orca cube. Oh, there's the Orca cube. Okay, there's that. Is there a rat one? Voron cube, 3D benchy. Okay, calibration. More pressure advance. No. Tools. Where's tools at? Where is the tool menu? Tools. I know, apparently there's a RatOS calibration cube I wanted to print. There's no official one, but the super old evil one. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay. Well, here, you know what? We'll do the Orca slicer one then, because this is the first time I'm using Orca slicer. So we'll do the Orca cube. So we'll do the Orca cube. Why is it black? Pain to see. Can you change the default color? Can't see it. Okay, whatever. Slice plate. Okay. So this will be about a 23-minute print. Okay. So I sliced it. How do I export G-code file? There we go. Okay, export G-code file. We're going to save that as Orca cube. And we're going to save that to documents, prints. Okay, Orca cube, save. How hot are we doing on the bed? Recommended nozzle 190, 230, so 205 that, 60 on the bed. Okay, so we're 60 on the bed. Okay, so if I go to the RatOS, upload and print, Orca cube. So it's going to do the home. So I'm going to be ready to live adjust Z if I need to save this. Okay, so what's it doing now? Okay, so now we're waiting for the bed to heat up. I haven't PID tuned anything. You see the warble compensator used on the Z screw? I did not pay attention to that. I wasn't looking at that, but is it warbling? It's got default PIDs, and most of the time it's good enough. Especially with the, I will say, with hot ends that use a ceramic heater cores, like the Revo, the PID value for all Revos is pretty much the same. Like there, you don't see as much change or difference in stock PID settings with these newer heater designs than you used to with just shoving like any old 50-cent AliExpress heater in a block of aluminum. Did it do a tilt? I'm using the start G code, so I'm assuming a tilt is part of the start G code. What nozzle? 0.6 ultra high flow Rapido. Did I enable exclude object and G code arc? I did not. Was that part of the default tuning thing? I basically just went through the default setup for this. No CHT. I do have a CHT. I don't know where they're at though. I gotta find them. Orca Slicer wants those settings. Does it? Where is it? Exclude and G-code arc. Orca Slicer needs that to function? Really? Might require G-code arcs, I'm not sure. Okay, how do I enable that? Well, it hasn't complained yet. Although the bed overheated, so it's waiting for the bed to stabilize, it looks like. Just add it to user override section. Okay, so yeah, the bed. We might want to PID the bed. Oh no, here comes the heater. Okay, well we'll see. X and Y and sometimes that, but don't complain. The print will get funky. Okay, so let me e-stop this then. Remote. Oh geez. Okay. So machine printer.cfg. That fan. I love that fan. Okay. So what am I adding here? So let me pull up Orca Slicer. Okay, so here we go. Okay, note, if you're running Clipper, it is recommended to add the following to your printer.cfg. Okay, here we go. Boom, boom, boom. Exclude object and G-code arcs. Okay, save and restart. I fucking love that fan. What kind of fan is that? It's a blowy-matron. Straight up blowy-matron. Okay, let's try the cube again. Print. Is this cheaper than a Voron? This, no. Maybe. It depends how you build your Voron. Exclude object. Well, I'm not going to be using exclude object. Apparently it only needs the ARC code, so. Should add the printer in Orca Slicer by clicking the Wi-Fi icon under the printer section. Okay. So add that, host name and IP. Ooh, okay. What's my IP? I gotta pull it all up 1 second here. What's the host name? The host name RatOS. Let me pull up. Okay, RatOS. Let me pull up the IP here. So copy that. Okay. Okay, so host name. Okay. Browse. Searching for devices. Well, here's the IP. Device UI. What is device UI? Would that be ratos.local? Ratos.local is API password as Barry. test. Works correctly. Okay. Device. Ooh. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's cool. Okay. So this is in Orca Slicer. I'll be damned. I'm assuming webcams and all that will show up too if I had them. I'm learning. Okay, now it's doing the trimming. That is cool. I'm really liking Orca Slicer in the 10 minutes I've been using it so far. See, isn't it great when, you know, things are open source and we can build upon instead of, you know, Bamboo trying to patent 3 lead screw bed movement that uses 1 motor, or, you know, variable layer height slicing. So here's the thing, the best part about Orca Slicer, let me pull it up here. My favorite part about Orca Slicer is the acknowledgements. Orca Slicer. So, where is it? Where is it? Okay. AGVL licensing. Okay, here we where is it? 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 Okay. Orca Slicer is based on the GNU, whatever, but Orca Slicer is based on Bamboo Studio by Bamboo Lab. Bamboo Studio is based on the blah, blah, blah. Bamboo Studio is based on Prusa Slicer by Prusa Research. Prusa Slicer is based on blah, blah, blah. Prusa Slicer is based on Slick 3R by this dude. Slick 3R is based on this. It's elephants all the way down. I love that. Oh, we're doing a bed mesh, apparently. I can adjust the Z tilt positions. Okay. Trickle down slicer, I know. Okay, I guess it's doing a full bed probe. Part 8 of the RatRig build. Do you plan on doing a video to summarize? So, John, usually how these builds go, I do the build series, and then either I'll recap it with a video at a later date, but usually I do a wrap-up stream. So I've got to put the enclosure on this still. I've got to do all the actual final tuning. I got to do input shaper, all that jazz. Make sure belt tension. So basically, I get the printer built. On the wrap-up stream, I just print a bunch on it, and then I'll finalize it, and I'll either do just an overview wrap-up stream, or I'll do a dedicated video on it. This one, I might do a dedicated video. Print probe speed 20, sample 1 will help a lot. Okay, so machine, probe, here's probe, okay. Probe configuration, okay. Probe points, okay. Okay, so this is something I'm gonna have to add then, okay. Okay, so that is user overrides, okay. So probe, speed, samples, okay. So probe, that samples 1. Okay, so I'll say this, so this will do it next time. Save and close. Probe, speed, samples 1. Okay. Would clicky be better with this bed since it's a mag bed? Probably. So my original intent, so there's 2 things I'm gonna have to do to this printer in the future. 1, I have a 3DO nozzle camera that will be put on this machine at some point. 2, I was tempted to buy a beacon probe, but I can't on this machine because it's got standalone magnets, so I can't use the beacon probe on this bed. So yeah. So I guess we're sticking with the generic Pinda. Wait, there's a giveaway? Oh yeah, there's a giveaway. Every stream we give away a spool of Polymaker filament. Link in the description. Would clicky be better with, oh no, I've already answered that question. By default, it does a bed mesh every print. Yeah, so what you can do is you can just change it so that you do a bed mesh, save the bed mesh, and then just recall that bed mesh every time, and then just rely on the gantry tramming to make sure everything's in line. That's usually what I do on Vorons, so. Yeah, the giveaway is worldwide. Euclid and Clicky is natively supported in RatOS if you want. Okay. Well, here's the thing. I was gonna take the Clicky out of that and put the Chaotic Lab tap in there. But that thing's, I'm not putting it in because I don't trust it. So yeah. First time Ninja Flex on an SV06. You should be okay. The SV06 prints flexibles just fine. Although Ninja Flex is the really flexy stuff, isn't it? Oh, hope you don't need, okay, I don't ship the filament. That's Polymaker and they ship worldwide, so. Okay, so now what are we doing? What are we doing now? Heating extruder. Okay, so we're heating to 205. And I'm ready to mash the Z up button, so I hopefully don't damage the bed if I screwed it up. What are we looking at? Do I got a good camera angle on this? Oh, I gotta figure out that camera. Oh wait, I can just do this. Ready? There we go. Overhead. Do you know anything about the new revision of the Boron tap that is helping to address the wiggle and belt issue? There's a new revision in the works? I should probably check out the tap channel. Okay. So it is overrunning the heaters a little bit. I'll run a proper PID tune after this, so. There's wiggle and belt. I've had no issues with mine so far. Okay. Where is that offset? Okay. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Priming nozzle with blob. Oh, it's sucking filament in. Okay, it's doing a blob thing. Okay. I've never done a blob. Oh, okay. Yummy. Why is it going so? What is it doing? What the hell is that? I have never seen that before. I have never seen a purge like that before. I probably should have cleaned the bed. Because this might not stick too well. This bed might be a little dirty. I have never seen a purge like that before, where it does a blob, and then it does a bridge, and then it... I have never seen a purge like that before. It does a poop. That, okay. Mickle, you got a nice printer here. I like this. I like that. It's a little rat poop. Okay, I didn't clean the bed, so we might have a layer adhesion fail. But yeah, it does a little rat poop, and it does a bridge. That is one way to make sure you don't have any gunk on your nozzle, I guess. Overhead. So a little bit didn't stick to the bed. If it pops off, it pops off. So this is the default profile. We haven't done anything. And it's 0.3 layer height, 60, or 0.6 layer height, or 0.3 layer height, 0.6 nozzle. Why did you decide to build this printer? I wanted to, and I don't know. They reached out and they sent me a kit. I build printers on this channel, and I'm trying to not be the Voron guy like Tom keeps calling me. So I'm trying to build more not Voron printers. And this is one of the ones I've been wanting to build for a while, because a lot of people want to know my opinion on the RatRig V-Core. And it's hard for me to give an opinion when I don't have one. So now we have one. Can I connect a Prusa printer via USB and a Voron legacy simultaneously on RatOS? No. Because the Prusa printer, unless you flash the Clipper. So if the Prusa printer is running Clipper and the other printer is running Clipper, you can have multiple printers running Clipper running off the same controller, because you can install multiple instances of the firmware. I don't know if RatOS can do it, but I know like Mainsail can do it, and you can do it through Kiao. Gary gifted 1 community membership. Cheers. Any plans for an annex? Yes. I'm waiting on a Fabrico kit, and then we'll build one. Okay, let me build this up so we can actually see what's going on here. Good old Polymaker filament. Which you can win some Polymaker filament in the link in the video description. Dang it, I always... Nope, that's not what I want to do. That's what I want. I need more light. 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 I don't know where my light went. I used to have a light. Is it over here? No. Did I put it? I used to have a little USB battery light thing that I would use. I don't know where it went. No Z-Hop? It should have Z-Hop. We have 500 viewers? Oh geez, we have 500 viewers. Like the smash button. Hi people! Do the YouTube thing. Like the smash button, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, and I don't know. What am I supposed to say? I don't know. I'm horrible at doing the YouTube thing. Links in the description. I don't know, blah, blah, blah. Look at the printer do the print thing. What am I printing? We're doing the Orca Slicer test cube, because this is also the first time I'm trying out Orca Slicer. Get a membership. Yeah, consider becoming a member. It helps supports the channel. You always be the Voron guy in my heart. I mean, to be fair, and you know, for some people, for some reason, people don't seem to realize I'm actually part of the Voron team. So every now and then somebody calls me like a Voron shill, and I'm like only popular because I ride off Voron's back, and I'm like, I've been a part of the Voron team longer than I've been a YouTuber. It's like, do some research. Okay, let's make this go faster. You want to make this go faster? Let's make this go faster. Speed factor, 150. YOLO. What are the machine limits on this, by the way? Printer.cfg. Base setup. So where in the config is like the, is it under the RatOS folder? Okay, so there's a RatOS folder. Printers. vCore 3. vCore 3. Okay. Okay, so here, Max Excel is limited to 1500? Am I missing something? These are only safeguards, first time users, modify printers, CFG to tune acceleration. Okay, so if I go back to printer.cfg, docs, oh, no, wait, config. Okay, printer.cfg. So where is max acceleration at? Yeah, 1500 seems low. Apparently you could change it though, but where? Need to uncomment performance mode. Where's performance mode? Is performance in? Perf. Okay. Include RatOS speed limits performance.cfg. Ooh. Okay, cool. Okay, so I don't have, the drivers aren't cooled. That's why. Okay. That's why I don't have, okay. So I don't have active cooling on the drivers, so I'll take care of that next time. I've checked out VisaBot. I've looked at them, but I don't have a kit. That's the thing. I don't have the printer, so I'm gonna have to put active cooling on this. So yeah, I'll do that. I've got some 4010 fans I'll just throw on. Yeah, so it's the drivers aren't actively cooled, that's why. Ooh, they're warm though. Let me resolve this issue really quickly with a little fan. Okay, so this increases motor torque. Okay, so I'll change this over after I get some active cooling on here. Water cooled drivers. I'll just get my my LTT store water bottle and just like undo the cap a little bit and just have it drip. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Is there a stock? I believe there is. I didn't see an extra 4010. I have a ton of 4010 fans. I just got to find them. Like if I wanted to, I've got like old blower fans here from Vorons that I could plug in, like, you know, a Sun-On server grade fan if I really wanted to make sure these things were being cooled. But I've got tons of fans. So fans are a non-issue. Did I miss a lot? We got it fully set up and we're printing, so that's cool. Upside down can of air. Nice camera stand. I know, and guess what? It can be yours too. You can enter for your chance to win this super handy dandy camera stand right now. Link in the description. You can also buy one yourself from Polymaker. It's an affiliate link. Doesn't cost you anything extra. It goes a long way in supporting the channel. Also, you can use it to like print stuff on your 3D printer, I guess, if you want. Ah! Ah! Oh no! Oh no! Abort! 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 Okay. I kind of thought that might happen because I never cleaned this bed. So, first layer was good though. But yeah, bed adhesion, not great. So I'm gonna clean the bed now. And we'll try this again. Hey, everything was going good so far, so, you know, something had to go wrong. Throw a little goo. It's PI, it shouldn't need goo. A little bit of ISO. Try not to burn myself. Okay, try this again. Reprint. Oh wait, no, 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 stop. Stop, cancel print, cancel print, cancel print, cancel print. Cancel print. I told you to cancel. Cancel. I want to restart save the config and restart it so I can cancel print. Or stop. I'm gonna restart. We're gonna put in performance mode. Once that noise stops. Go to sleep. You need to change the light when the fan's spinning up. What? Probe sample is not valid. What? Oh, it's sample. Oops, wrong thing. That's why. Printer.cfg samples. Save and restart. I'm like, why is it not booting up? It's samples. Okay, so now we're going to go into printer.cfg and we are going to uncomment all of this. Oh wait, include, okay. So uncooled, yep. Because these aren't cool. Okay, so we want to include performance. Performance. There we go. Save and restart. Now we have the power. Dashboard, print cube, print. So as long as the battery in here doesn't die. So I've got, for those wondering what I've actually am doing, I've got a fan. Oh, I should probably zoom out so you can actually see what I'm doing. I've got a fan just blowing right on the drivers. So we should be okay. Should. Here, there we go. To 3. Reslice with those. I'll just bump the speed up in the thing. Yeah, it's Clipper. For those who don't know, the reason I try to cancel print. Clipper batches commands, so it's one of the downsides with Clipper is it basically batches a bunch of commands, sends it to the MCU, and until those commands complete, it doesn't accept any new commands except for like e-stop. E-stop's like the only thing that will overwrite. So if you send a batch of commands and one of those commands is heat up the bed, and then you send a cancel command, it won't read that cancel command until the bed's heated up. It's just the way it works. But on the other side of that, we get stupid, ludicrous speed out of existing hardware, like ramps running as fast as a Duet type thing. What could happen if liquid cooled drivers? A waste of money, really. Like, you could, people have done it, but usually a 40 mil fan is enough to keep them cool enough. What's the best cheap filament dryer? Do I have it in this room? No, it's not in this room. Go to your Value Village or Goodwill and buy a cheap used food dehydrator and take scissors to it or whatever you got to do to fit a filament spool in there. Liquid cool the whole printer. I'm not a fan of liquid cooling a hot end unless you are printing in an oven and you are printing like Ultimate Peak and all that stupid crazy high temp stuff. You do not need to liquid cool your hot end. A traditional fan does a good enough job, especially with how well designed modern hot ends are and how clean the heat break is when it comes to keeping the hot side away from the cold side. Where the giveaway at the end of the stream, I do a draw and then the winner will get a contact via email from me. So that's a lot faster now, so that's good. That's a lot faster on the probing. But Gucci, true. I mean, it does look really good when you bring it to a rep wrap show, which speaking about, I completely forgot that next week I'm flying to Denver on Thursday. I gotta sort all that shit out quick. I've never flown out of the States. I've never driven to Detroit Airport. It's gonna be, oh man. You may think I handle like stuff like that just fine because, I'm right now, I'm live on the internet to like 500 people. I'm okay in public speaking. Doing things I've never done before under a time limit trips my anxiety like no tomorrow. Like I'm a very time limit centered person. how often am I late for streams? When I tell somebody I'm going to be at their house for like 3 p.m., I'm at their house at 3 p.m. So me having to cross an international border, drive through Detroit, go to an airport that I've never been to before. I've never flown in the States before, go through security, go through all that and make sure I don't miss a flight. That when I get there, I have to go check in, get a rental vehicle. I've never rented a vehicle before, and then drive an hour across a state I've never been to a hotel on my own for the first time. That trips my anxiety like no tomorrow. Usually after I do it once, I'll be okay. But like 2 weeks after that, I gotta wake up at like 4 a.m., drive to the same airport, fly to Chicago, get off the plane, find an Uber or a taxi or something to drive me to Rapid before 10 a.m. So fun. Okay, that is a lot quicker of a startup. It is usually short, 15 minutes. I know, and I'm flying on a Thursday morning, so I don't think it's gonna be too bad. So. Okay, so what are we at right now? 1:15. Okay, so this will be the last thing we print because I have to end the stream to go pick up the little guy at school. You can increase Z speed to 80 and ZXL to 2000. I know you can make Z move a lot faster than it's usually set to, but a slow Z has saved my butt a few times, put it that way. It's enough time to hit a power button or an E-stop if you screw something up. Okay, ready? It's gonna do the poop shoot thing. It's gonna do the poop. I love this purge line. Look at this. It makes a little poop and it's got a stringer that it bridges and then it cleans it off on the bed. I love this purge macro. I want to use this purge macro on all my printers now. I want to use that on all my printers now. Who came up with that macro? Like, I love that macro. At full send. So here's why I love tap. And I know, like, I did this on the Mark IV, but like, this is why I love tap, okay? Hey, look, it's a llama. I printed a llama and it's, you know, oh, wait, 1 second here. Let me do this proper. Let me foam it up. So I'm gonna, okay, move you up a bunch. Okay, look at me. I printed a llama, okay? Oh no, I forgot it on my bed. Okay, ready? Home. You can't crash a Voron with tap because it'll just home on whatever the hell's on the bed. As long as the tool head hits something before the actual gantry bar, it'll just home on it. Although actually there is a little bit at the back as part of the X-axis. But yeah, so I just home my printer on a Prusa llama. You can't crash it. It's almost impossible to crash a printer with tap on the Z. Unless like it actually mechanically fails, which hopefully, luckily that hasn't happened yet. Tap is horrible heavy. It's 50 grams heavier than a stock tool head. If you were worried about weight, you'd be running Bowden. I run the same speeds and feeds as I did before. Hasn't been an issue, and my first layers are even better now. As they're doing purge lines to take for a while. Oh, okay. You can print on cardboard? You can. You can print on anything on that. Are you happy with your bamboos? Mechanically, yes. but some of the stuff the company themselves are doing, I'm not too thrilled with. The machines themselves are mechanically fine. I've got nothing wrong with the machines mechanically. But them trying to do like shenanigans like patent variable layer slicing that Polymaker is now aware of. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that. Because as for those that don't know, Voron Design, the name Voron Design Designs have been trademarked and patented in China already by companies that aren't affiliated with us at all, obviously. Because there's a whole mentality over there that if I don't do it, somebody else will do it and then use it against us. So I got to be the first to, you know, everyone's got to try and lock down everything. You know, it's licensed under an OpenGPL v3 license. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not the guy on the team that handles that. So I may get some of the wording incorrect. So anyways, so now, Bamboo put out their little call to action. We're going to do it. So yeah, they've got like 30 patents that include things like the friggin' poop chute on their printer they're patenting. The cutter, the little blade that they use to cut the filament, they're patenting that. A single Z motor 3 belted lead screw setup, they're patenting that. Variable layer height slicing. They didn't even make their own slicer from scratch. They're trying to patent that. They've got like 30 something patents. You can go dig through them all if you want. They're not under Bamboo. They're under their actual Chinese name for the company. Creality's doing the same. Cheaty's doing the same. They're all doing the same thing now. So look what DJI did in the FPV market. Bamboo Lab is founded by all former DJI employees. I fully expect 3D printing market to kind of go the same way in the next few years, unfortunately. So, yep, belt tensioning, variable layer heights. They patented the 3D printer itself. Now, granted, most of these patents are only valid in China, and they're like most of them haven't been approved yet. But still, it makes it a pain in the butt. So, oh, Creality does the same thing. Harry fills lament. They all do it. They all do it. So you kind of wonder why Joe is kind of hesitant to dump out all the files for the Mark IV right now, when you know Physex's like ready to spool up a complete one-to-one clone the moment they have the files for everything. So. What's the company that has a patent on printed enclosures? Printing enclosure. Stratasys used to have a patent where you couldn't have a heated chamber with the motors outside the chamber or something like that. There a lot of the only reason 3D printing is even what it is so many of the patents that Stratasys held expired, and now we're going into a second wave of everyone trying to. So here's the thing I fear is every company trying to patent every single variable. So it's like, oh, you want to have 3 lead screws? Well, so-and-so holds the patent where if you can only have 1 motor and they're all belted together. And so-and-so owns the patent for independent Z motors. And so-and-so owns the patent where 2 lead screws. And so-and-so has a patent for 4 lead screws. And like, it's like death by 1,000 cuts where like every variable has a patent or has a patent claimed. And then you don't want to, you know, work on something that, oh, they might patent it, and then you can't, you know, lawsuits and cease and desist, and it just makes it a mess. So, what did DJI do? They're pretty much the dominant factor in the FPV market. Like, the majority of FPV quads are controlled by DJI. They're the lead manufacturer in that market. They moved into a market that was young and full of open source and small companies, and they pretty much dominated it. Now they're the controlling share in that market. They're also banned by the Department of Defense. Can you still sell kits? Yes and no. Depends on what's in the kit. Get a patent lawyer. Patent lawyers are not cheap. Believe me, I'm aware. What do you think about Anchor's claims that the system they will have no purge MMU? You have to purge. How do you go from one filament to another without purging? Focus on that. Focus on that. There you go. How do you go from one filament to another without purging? Like either your retracts completely remove any filament in the nozzle, or you have multi nozzles. Do Ukraine use DJI is probably the airframe with the most combat action in the Ukraine conflict right now. I'm sure they're not too happy about that. Did Prusa well, Prusa released pretty much everything under open source licenses, which are supposed to be respected. But, you know, Cura, which is open source, has variable layer slicing, like variable layer height slicing. It didn't stop Bamboo from trying to patent it. So, and when somebody is patenting, yeah, it's a mess. I'm not a patent lawyer. I don't have the funds or the knowledge to argue about patent law and all that. Why do you keep unfocusing? Focus, stay focused on that. So it's just a nightmare. It's just a nightmare. So it'd be nice if we could all just keep making designs and, you know, use whatever, but it is what it is. Turn up the speed. Yeah, let's go faster. Speed factor. 150. Oh. Why? So I'm home alone right now, but oh, Doggo! Hey, buddy. How you doing? You doing okay, buddy? What's up? What's up? You boop your snoop. Boop. Everyone's seen the messy floor. Oh, Mama, go to work. Is that why you're all lonely, buddy? Duff 699 Doggo from Victor. Where is Duff? I haven't seen Duff in a while. You good? Oh, jeez. Okay. Somebody just wants all the pets right now. What? What's up? What's up? Sit. It's a good boy. Oh, it's a good boy. You good boy? Okay. You done? Okay. You're a good boy. I'll be up in a minute. I'll take you out in a minute. Eddie Beef, $10. Buy Doggo a treat. He gets enough treats. The patent on variable layer sliding will die so fast. The thing is, though, overseas, it's a bit different. It's a bit different overseas. And then you still have to fight and defend it. And that ain't cheap. Focus on that thing. So the only problem with this camera is it doesn't have autofocus. I have to like touch on the screen. I can't manually focus it. There you go. Focus on that. So this is 150% speed. So what are we pushing for speeds here? So 100, we're pressed to 177. We're flowing up to that, go to 200. Idea how the Enraged Rabbit King seats will work. I have not played with it, so I'm not sure. So was the RatRig easier to assemble than a Voron? It's a different assembly. I will say, these are belt coffins. They gave me Vietnam flashbacks to V2.0. Certain aspects were easier to assemble. The frame I found was a bit more finicky because it's not just a cube. There's a bunch of internal stuff like the backpack and lining everything up. The frame was a little bit more finicky to assemble. Some things like the having metal plates for like the XY joints and a bunch of the stuff was easier. I wouldn't say I wouldn't say it's like exactly the same. Like they don't compare exactly. I would say if you could build one of these, you could build a Voron, and if you built a Voron, you could build one of these. So between the two, they're both within the same ballpark of skill level needed to build. The firmware setup, I do like the RatOS implementation, but I still think like the default start, like if you built a Voron before, you build like a 2.0. If you build it to spec with the controller that we already have a default config for, you just copy the controller and you just comment and uncomment stuff you need. So the setup of RatOS itself, better than a default Mainsail install probably, but especially flashing the controller board. But the actual config stuff, about the same, hit and miss. I maybe this might be a little bit better. I think I might lean a little bit more towards the firmware setup of this than a Voron, because they have RatOS, but RatOS works with Vorons now, so do you see that someone is making an animated Voron mail? Nice. Is there any information on the Revo high flow? If I had that info, I would not be able to share it with you, but I may or may not have that info. You don't know. Nobody knows. Maybe I'm just talking out of my ass. Who knows? RatOS comes with macros though. I'll be honest, I don't use a ton of macros. My printer configs are pretty bare bones. That is looking really good though. Experimental though, would love some feedback. So basically, the initial part where you set it up and everything, the configs themselves on the Voron GitHub, there's a bunch of default configs for the stock controllers with most of the boards. The problem is a lot of people are using CAN bus now, and you have tap, you have clicky, you have the inductive probe, you have beacon probe now, you have tool head boards, you got a bunch of different types of tool head boards, a bunch of different controller boards. You have some people running 2 or 3 MCUs for some reason still. I mean, my brother in Christ. This V0 has 3 MCUs in it. 4 when I do input shaping tuning. Why? Because why not? Yeah. Like, it's Clipper is really awesome because you can just throw whatever the hell at it and it just works. But it's like an onion. There's a lot of layers now. And there's a lot of variables. Well, okay, so the V0, it's got an MCU. It's got a SKR Mini E3 that controls the XYZ motor and the extruder motor and the bed itself. And then there's a separate MCU that's powered by a Raspberry Pi for the tool head itself, except for the extruder. The extruder is still the SKR, but everything on the tool head and the LED lights are the Pico Bilical. And then there's a separate MCU that has like another STM32 in it that is just for the screen. And then when I do input shaping, I have a little Pico, Raspberry Pi Pico that I use for input shaping. So, what filament? This is Jessie PLA green slime glitter PLA. Slipper you can ride. Oh, dang it! Okay, I'm putting some glue stick down. Oh, jeez, that's quick. Okay. Last attempt. Last attempt. Oh, you know what? We'll use the Prusa glue stick. Prusa branded glue stick. Good enough. Cool. Print again. Normally, PI sticks pretty good. I might have to refresh this. I don't know. How hot? 60 degrees. The bed's 60. Normally, open air PI, actually, I normally do 65, I think. So. Oh well, it does it quicker, so. I'm just gonna go right to 200% for print speed after the first layer. What's special about the Prusa stick? I don't know. It's just the glue stick that came with the Prusa. I think this came with the Prusa because it's in not English. So I'm assuming this came with the Prusa, which rip, the Prusa Mark IV has gone home. I no longer have a Mark IV. So the big fan at the back. The fan at the back doesn't do anything. There's a plate. Yeah, full clean. Yeah. Well, we'll let the glue stick do its thing first. Yeah, it's a check glue stick. Yep. So now I need to wait for Prusa to come out with a kit so I can buy the kit. 70C for PLA. Yeah, normally my PLA on PI I do 65. That's what I've been doing on the bamboos, and it works pretty good. Rapido or Revo for Trident? I'm of the opinion, if you plan on mostly printing with a 0.4 nozzle, a Revo is just fine. If you want to print with bigger nozzles on a larger machine fast, Rapido. High flow Revo is a thing that's in the works though. I like the Revo ecosystem. I run Obsidians on those two Vorons and every machine I've built in the past year that's been a Voron. So I like Revos. Mark IV switch wire. Right now, Mark IV. Kits are going to run you about the same price. I believe like a Mark IV kit is like 800. And how much is a switch wire kit? Nobody's doing switch wire kits right now, unless I think. Switch wire is a fun build. Don't get me wrong. I really like the switch wire. The Mark IV is very solid. And it just, I don't know. It's hard for me to say that. You were able to get Obsidian. That is true. I do have some Obsidian. If you went to Earth last year, you could have bought one from E3. They brought a couple hundred. But that's all they had that worked from the first batch. Can you convert a Creality to a switch wire? You can convert most V-wheel bed flingers to a switch wire. Based off the Prusa new switch wire. So the switch wire is not based off the Prusa. The only thing on the switch wire that is from a Prusa is the bed. Other than that, it's not based on a Prusa. The frame and everything is original. With an extruder. So here's the thing. I really want an extruder. That extruder, like, I've only printed with it for like 5 days. Don't get me wrong. Like, you know, I've only got so many prints off the Prusa. I put 4.5 days of print time on it. Okay, when I had it. That extruder works really good. And the little, you don't even have to tell it you're loading filament. It's got a filament sensor on the top. You just take your filament. You could turn the machine on cold, shove filament in the top, and it goes, okay, I'm loading filament. How hot is it? And you push the button and it just sucks it in and purges it. So I really like the extruder. The only downside is the filament feed path is offset. So it's not through the middle like a lot of these. So Mark III, they're the same? Okay, well, that's something I'm not used to on these machines because most of these machines don't have a tool head sensor for filament. So jump to 250. Let me get a few layers in first. Yeah, the next extruder, honestly, my biggest, if you want my initial take, like I have 65 gigs of footage from me rambling while sick over the weekend about the Prusa. I gotta figure out how to make a video out of it. The Mark III is a solid machine. It may not win in some of the hard factors, like overall speed and print volume, but it beats out some other machines in soft factors like usability, support, chance of it still being, you know, serviceable in 5 years from now. And, you know, if you blow a bearing on it, that machine has to go back to the factory. You blow a bearing on a Prusa, they send you a new bearing and you swap it out in 5 minutes. If you like the Mark III, you'll love the Mark IV. if you're not super critical about print speeds and prints you're going to be printing will fit in the bed, you'll like the Mark IV. If you need prints done as fast as possible, it's not the machine for you. But I look at prints in two ways: 8 hours or a day. Because if a print takes 18 hours or if a print takes 15 hours, I don't care because it's going to finish while I'm sleeping. So if a print's less than 8 hours, then I care about it. If it's over 8 hours, it's a day print for me, really. So it depends a lot on what you're looking to get out of your printer. And, you know, the fact that they sold at, okay, I can only do up to 200% speed. Oh, no, wait, no, that's extrusion factor. Shit, 100%. Okay, I bumped extrusion factor to 200% for a second there. We're at actually 200% speed. Hopefully that didn't break anything. Oops. Wow, you can feel it sucking in the filament. See, up, still off. Z-Hop should be on, unless it's not on in the slicer. But oh well. Will I release a best of 3D on Blu-ray? I don't know if somebody wants to edit one. I don't know. I know somebody trying to fit an extruder. The problem is you can't buy them by themselves. You have to, like, actually, we got some under extrusion in that corner. Yeah, we got some under extrusion in that one corner right there. You can't see it, but yeah, it's under extruding in the corners. Let me bump the temps up. Dashboard, yeah. Oh yeah, that's why. Let me bump the temps up. Yeah, we're totally under extruded. Let me bump the temps up to 220. So this is 200% off the default PLA profile. And we're hitting speeds up to, not crazy high. 60, 260, 150, 60, 250. Flow rate, quite high. Hey, John. Never use the, I usually always use it as a, okay, there we go. Now, oh, are we still under extruding? Yeah, we're still under extruding in a corner here. Okay, let's pump the brakes a bit and bring it back to 150. Because it is under extruding in the corners. Which, too high pressure. I'm running default values for everything, and probably is because I'm assuming default PA is for a 0.4 and this is a 0.6. So yeah, I'm thinking I may need to tune PA a bit. We might be, it's a baby printer, we're making it run pretty fast on its first print. So okay, we're okay now, I think. Yeah, we're okay now. So 200 was a little too fast. Okay, so let's see what's going on here on Twitter. Oh my God, I have so many Twitter updates. What did I post on Twitter this time? Okay. Okay. Coming in. Every time I look over at Twitter, I get like 20 plus notifications like, oh God, what did I do this time? Oh, it's my tweet about cloud thing. I am not looking forward to the whole we need a cloud service for 3D printers to operate now. I am not looking forward to that. Wow, okay, I got a lot of comments on that. Okay. Okay, up to date. Cool. PF Dennis gifted 5 community memberships. Cheers! About new drama with Bamboo. Well, Grant just has a open bounty on... so Bamboo does a log file, like a crash file or whatever, that sends back to their cloud. And it's encrypted, and Grant has an open bounty to see anyone who could figure out what information they're actually collecting on the user. So that's what Grant is going on about. Because for those that don't know, I had Grant on the live stream a couple weeks ago. Grant actually does, like, he prints stuff for companies, and some of that stuff does have security requirements. So, you know, if a printer is sending information back to the company, it would be nice to know what information it's collecting and sending back. And the fact that it's encrypted is kind of like a, So. But yeah, I'm not a fan of cloud, like, especially 3D printers. You don't need cloud services for 3D printers. You don't. For functionality, like right now, I can't use the camera on this machine because it's in LAN only mode. Why does the camera need to go to the cloud for me to see a picture of it on my computer upstairs? I don't, why? It's about the only thing they encrypt. Yeah. First time hearing of RatRig. RatRig's been around for a while. The design itself is open source, but they're the only ones that they sell kits. So you can build a RatRig yourself, but they're the only ones that sell kits. So it's a kind of a company that sells kits for a printer they design that you could theoretically build one of these yourself, but they're the only ones that do kits for it. Their machines are known to be a little beefy. So for those that want to build big Core XYs, this is your option. Like this is 200 millimeters print volume. This is 250. So for those that like to call this a noodle, there you go, build one of these. I've been using this as my chair in this room for the past little while, by the way. There's a few things. Yeah, so on paper, you can theoretically build one of these fully on your own, sourcing your own components. But obviously there's like machine plates and whatnot that you would have to get made yourself. So RatRig versus Voron, different strokes for different folks. Everything on a Voron is completely self-sourceable. You do not need anything custom to build a Voron. Everything on the Voron is off-the-shelf items, other than 3D printed parts. RatRig, they've got, you know, the bed, the mounts. There's some custom stuff to a RatRig. So sourcing one of these yourself is a little bit harder, but they can do more because they can, you know, machine XY joints out of metal. You can't do that on a Voron, or we don't do that on a Voron because that's not part of the Voron design ethos. These machines are 3030 framed. Those are 2020. These are more space efficient than these ones. But these ones are friggin' tanks. So it depends on what you're looking to get out of the machine and what you want the machine to do. They're both fine machines. There's nothing wrong with any of the machines in this room. They just different design goals and different hard and soft factors. So 9mm, yeah, this scales better to larger sizes. If you're building a smaller one, well, this is 200 millimeters cubed. Look at the size of it. This is 250. Look at the size of it. It depends how much room you have, right? It really depends on what you're looking to get in the machine. It's up to you. I'm not your mom. I'm not your dad. It's your money. My phone's ringing. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Mute. Okay, so sometimes this happens. I gotta go pick up the little guy at school. So we gotta do the giveaway now. So hopefully you entered. If you did not enter, you get another chance on Friday. So printer project by Mahal. I haven't seen that. If you can link me in the Discord, I'll take a look. Yeah, I gotta go pick up the little guy. Something happened at school. I gotta go pick up the little guy. It happens. So. Oh. Okay. And this means I'm not gonna be doing the normal outro. It's just gonna be a quick one. I have to run here. So. Okay. He's okay. He's okay. I just gotta go pick him up. Take Erden, 5 gifts of community memberships. Cheered. Okay. This is stream number 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Roll the dice. Okay, so the winner will get an email from me tonight, because I'm going to run right after this, and you'll get some an email from me on how to collect your filament from Polymaker. Arthur, congratulations, Arthur. Golf claps in chat for Arthur, please and thank you. Let me find his info here. So info, okay, cool, got that. Let me paste that in my notepad so I don't miss it. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, cool. So yeah, unfortunately, I gotta cut this a little bit short. I'll post a picture of this. Hopefully, it doesn't fall off the bed because I'm gonna be running out of the house. So hopefully, the stop macro on this works good. We'll find out. Or the print end macro. So shout out to Polymaker for the filament we gave away. Shout out to RatRig themselves for sending this kit. Next Tuesday, we'll do another RatRig stream. I'll hopefully have the enclosure on it, or I'll put the enclosure on it next stream. And we'll do a little bit more fiddling around with it. I'll do some printing over the next week just to make sure everything's working. Everything's all hunky-dory with it before then. And shout out also to Mandalaroseworks. We got their bed in here. Check them out. Links in the description and more. I gotta run. Stream's gonna end hard. Crash, cut, edit. Wash your hands. Be safe. I'll see you Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Bye.